Behind the beauty of rural areas that are full of tranquility, there is a reality that is often marginalized. Education, the basic right of every human being, faces many challenges in this area, from the lack of basic facilities to unequal opportunities. Children in the rural areas continue to struggle to get quality education. For students, the journey to gain knowledge becomes a big challenge, while teachers have to teach in a state of deprivation. In situations like this, the future of children in rural areas become a question mark. Why education in rural areas continues to be marginalized? What is the impact on the younger generation, and how can we bring about change? Assalamualaikum and hi. Alright, for our group, let us dive into one of the most pressing issues affecting our quality student in education, which is decline in quality of education in rural areas. Inequality of access to educational facilities between students in urban and rural areas in Malaysia is still a worrying issue. Here are some statistics that illustrate the lack of educational facilities and resources in rural areas. According to reports, between 30% and 40% of schools in rural areas still do not have stable internet access. Many rural schools operate with limited basic infrastructure, including electrical facilities, a lack of basic equipment for learning. Students in rural areas show lower levels of digital literacy than their urban peers. This is due to lack of access to digital devices and limited information technology infrastructure.
Alright class, for today's lesson, everyone needs to prefer the textbook page 45. Husna, why are you not open the book yet?
Teacher, we only have one textbook to share. Our family cannot afford to buy additional books.
Yes, teacher. Sometimes we need to borrow the textbook from students in other class, but we don't have enough time to complete the homework.
I know the situation in this village is tough. Our school lacks textbook because the funding from the district is very limited. But don't worry, I will try to ask for help from NGOs to get more books for all of you.
Thank you, teacher.
We really want to learn.
But the situation is not helping much.
I understand. You all have a great potential, but don't give up. We will face this challenge together.
Okay, teacher.
So from the video, you can see how poverty hits hard student life. Poverty remains a significant barrier to education in rural areas. Families are facing economic hardship, often struggle to afford basic necessities, let alone educational expenses. In many cases, students are forced to drop out of school to help support their families. Additionally, the schools themselves may be underfunded, leading to inadequate facilities, outdated textbooks, and lack of essential teaching resources. Poor nutritional conditions and limited access to healthcare also affects students' ability to focus and succeed in their studies. So, are you going to let them stuck in that situation?
Okay Zainab, today we are going to learn about modern technology. Do you know about internet, Zainab?
Internet is about like people in the city use in their phone, but we don't have it because we don't have computer.
Assalamualaikum. Assalamualaikum, teacher. Sorry to interrupt. We're from Peduli Ilmu and bring something for the school.
Waalaikumsalam. What is it, Mr. Faisal?
5 laptop with your internet connection. We hope this can help the student, especially Zainab, who wish to learn better.
Thank you, Mr. Faizan.
Is it true, teacher? We are getting computers?
Yes, Zainab. Now we can learn about modern technology.
Key steps to address the decline in education quality in Malaysia include implementing the School Transformation 2025, which is the S25 program, which focuses on student-centered learning techniques and intensive teacher training. Efforts also involve leveraging digital technology such as satellite internet to help rural students access education. Additionally, welfare programs like providing meals, uniforms, and textbooks are offered to students from low-income families. These measures aim to bridge the education quality gap between urban and rural areas.
In conclusion, the decline in the quality of education in rural areas is an issue that requires urgent attention to ensure that all students have equal access to quality educations. The shortage of qualified teachers and limited learning facilities are among the key factors contributing to the educational gap between urban and rural areas. Therefore, proactive measures such as providing incentives to attract skilled teachers to rural areas, expanding online learning support programs, and collaborating with educational NGOs can help bridge this gap. With the commitment of all parties, including the government, the community, and the private sector, these efforts have the potential to improve the quality of education and secure a better future for the next generation, particularly in rural areas.